All right, so ready?
Welcome back, everybody. That's a different every episode. Three. Three.
Two.
What?
Hey, stupid. That's fuck.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Everybody versus Life. Once again, my name is Blanc,
And my name is Eric.
and we have a very, very special guest on today. She is...
What is she, bro?
What is she?
She's a girl. Navy vet, Petty Officer Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here. Glad to be here, as we say. Glad to be here.
Right. So
If
tell
you know,
us.
you know.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I'm an 8-year veteran. I was an aviation mechanic. You know, I did my thing in the Navy. I worked on F-18s, did that for about 8 years. And at the last, obviously, I got to be part of an amazing team, the Blue Angels. And I just recently got out. I'm 4 months fresh out. Now I live in Vegas, and I just work, and I'm hoping to continue college and stuff. So.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a brief moment to play our songs of the week. So,
Let's go with our guess.
yeah, let's see what you got.
Okay.
Boo. Can you imagine?
Like sometimes, man, I just sit in my room, you know, and just stare at the ceiling. Just trying to understand life, you know. Tired of hurting. Just want to be a better person. Feels. I'm sorry, I'm not who I used to be. I guess I used to be a sucker for love, but I promise ain't no more using me.
Shit.
I used to love you like it was two of me, but I really can't be mad cause I'm glad of what I grew to be. I guess it's how it goes usually. I write this eulogy for you and me with these sad stipulations. You know, in order for you to grow, you have to stop watering dead situations.
Ooh, this shit hard. All right, what was the song? Who was it by?
This is Antidepressant by Londrell. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Nice.
Londrell.
You want to go next? Or
You can go. You can go next. Yeah.
All right, so my song is called. My song is called Loretta by Ginger Root.
Is that guy Asian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
But man, that
Is that a
song.
new song?
No, it's
Like, it looks old vibey-ish. but
I think it's the music video. It's supposed to give off that vibe. But man, that
yeah, I like that a lot.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
all right, Owen Wilson. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Relax.
Wow.
Oh, I was like, who is that? I'm like, oh, yeah. He was, what was it, Shanghai Noon
Yeah.
with Jackie Chan. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what you got, young?
Anything with Jackie Chan is good.
Okay. So this song is called Backyard by Hot Mulligan.
Mulligan?
Mm-hmm.
Mulligan or Mulligan?
I don't know, actually. Was that be Mulligan or
I think
Mulligan?
it's Mulligan.
Mulligan?
Wait, where am I looking?
Who again? No, I was kidding.
Mulligan. Yeah.
It's Mulligan.
Mulligan?
Mulligan.
So you've been saying his name wrong the whole time?
You know what? It's Mulligan now.
Let's play it.
All right, let's hear it.
In the backyard, where the grass and spider webs grow up next to us. Say, what's your interest? Tell me how you plan to give up on all of them. Hey, puppy life could have stayed for a while if we knew where we're ready to hide. In the basement, concealed well enough so we won't get evicted.
man.
I like that song. I gotta save it.
Yeah, it gives me some Raw XD vibes.
So I'll send it to you.
It's crazy how like different each of our songs were.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
Yo, that's insane.
I listen to everything though. I can go from like hardcore R&B to like hardcore metal, screamo, emo rock music to like country music and like orchestra music.
Right.
I love like all everything.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, it would be R&B.
Yeah, that's like
Mine
your
too.
always go to,
Right,
no matter what
right.
mood you're in.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ma-
What about you?
Yeah, my go-to would be R&B. But like
Really?
when I work out and stuff, it's more like metal, rock, and like rap.
It's definitely a vibe type
Sometimes-
of thing.
Yeah, sometimes
You know.
Spanish music too, Latin music.
To work out?
hmm
Oh.
My 3 top categories to work out is like heavy metal, rap, like ratchet, thuggish, R&B, or rap,
Rap.
and then like Latin music.
Dang.
So if I did work out, it would be. Nah. Yeah, I mean, it would most definitely be rap,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah, which is weird because one of my friends told me that you can't escape hip hop. Like it's
Yeah, hip hop is.
it's one of those universal genres, you know.
yeah, you know, sometimes you just want to hear about somebody popping somebody.
Unaliving somebody.
I don't want to say it, but
Uh,
all right.
on your way to your 9-to-5 job.
All right, well, thanks everybody for taking a moment to listen to our songs, and back to the original topic.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start off with
What's your body count? Can you imagine? We start off with that.
keep that in. We'll start off with
Keep that in.
what are some of your personal experience of being a female in the Navy?
Very difficult. You know, like, I mean, most females can attest to this. Like, with any like job that they do, especially one with like that's very male dominated, which mine was obviously because I was an aviation mechanic. I worked on F-18s, Super Hornets, and so obviously it was very male dominated. And yeah, so my experience was difficult, but I feel like I shined through just through my work ethic and my willingness to work. But I also, there was definitely times where I felt like, you know, I should have been in a higher position, or I should have been chosen over this male, because I know that my work ethic and the quality work that I do is way better than this person, you know, but just because they were a male, they were like, oh no, he's going to be better, blah, blah, blah. He's going to make a better decision. Right? And so sometimes I felt like, I definitely had to work like 10 times harder to even be recognized as like a good aviation mechanic.
Right.
And I'm not just saying this, just say this, but like a lot of people have told me this. They're like, you know, like, you should have taken that leadership position instead of X, Y, and Z. And I said, yeah, maybe so, but you know what? That's not my call to make. And if that's, you know, something that they want to do, you know, I'll let the leadership handle that, right? But it's also like, you know, they would be like, hey, Txitxi, we don't want you to be in this leadership position, but we want you to watch this person so that he can learn how to be in that leadership position. And so it was just like, for me, it was just like, why would you give me that responsibility and not just give me the position and the title?
No,
like,
for
if you
sure.
want me to be like a supervisor, for instance, then why don't you just make me a supervisor instead of babysitting somebody else to be in that position to make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? And that's happened to me at almost every single command. They would be like, oh, we don't want to make you a supervisor, or we don't want you to have this position, but we want you to help train this person to be in that position because you'd be really good at it, but we don't want to give you the title. So for me, it was just like, I don't understand. Why don't you just give me the title if I'm good at it already? Like, if I'm already exceeding the levels of what I'm supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? If I'm already like achieving and acting at that level, then why don't you just give it to me? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that was like very difficult. And but it's not just the military. It's like everywhere you go. Like, females all across like all different genres of careers, all females face this. You know what I mean? But I think it's just more important to stay resilient and to know your worth and to like work for yourself, not really for the company. Or like, I definitely like, I'm that type of girl who's like, if there's a mission that needs to be done, or if there's anything that needs to get done by like a certain time frame, I'm gonna make sure that happens. And if it doesn't, I'll let you know, like, hey, this is the timeline that I need, right? Say like I need maintenance on like a fuel cell or something, like, hey, I know that I said I needed like 3 days, but it's gonna take a little bit longer because like X, Y, and Z broke. Da 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 da. Like I'm very good at communicating that. Look at that pretty cat.
Every episode. Swear.
Okay, buddy. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's been difficult. And then you also get the females who kind of like give other females in the military a bad reputation. So like.
Right.
The first time you enter any like military installation or like command, or we call it squadron, right, for us, they kind of look at you side-eyed, be like, oh my god, here we go, another fucking female who feels like she's entitled. And we just call her like a paper bitch, or basically like that.
Dang.
Right? Like all they do is like do paperwork, because that's all like females are good at, right? And then they meet me and they're like, you're so different, like I never like thought that you would be like this, especially because you're like 5'1", 135 pounds. Like we never thought that you would be like this, like never ever. Like we would not imagine a small Asian woman, like as a small Asian woman, you doing the things that you've done for the command and stuff like that, right? For instance, when I went to my second command, there was another girl in the shop. She had never lifted a toolbox, and a toolbox is maybe like 35, 40 pounds. And she had never touched a toolbox. She would never carry a toolbox ever, because she'd be like, oh my god, it's too heavy. I just can't lift it. You guys have to carry the toolboxes. So she never carried the toolboxes, right? But when I got there, I slung that shit over my shoulder, and I was like, where are we going? What are we fixing? And they're like, oh my god. And the boys were so amazed. They're like, holy crap, I've never seen a woman carry a toolbox like that. And I literally just got that shit and slung it over my shoulder. And I was like, what is, like, for me it was like a normal thing, but I guess for like most of the males, they've never seen a woman carry a toolbox, because I guess most of the women that they've ever worked for, they were always just like, this is too heavy, I can't do it, I need a man, blah blah. But for me, I'm not that type of person. I'm like, if something needs to get done, I'm gonna get it done, and with or without you, you know what I mean? If I have questions, yeah, I'll always ask. I'm not like ignorant, or like, no, I'm not really like that. Like if I need help, I'm always gonna be like, hey, I don't understand what I'm doing. Like, I'll either look it up in our like instruction or like our maintenance manuals, or I will literally like go ask anybody. Like, hey, I don't understand how to do this. Can you teach me how to do it? And I'm always willing to learn. And I think that's what they really liked. Because for me, I don't want to mess up, because if I mess up or I fuck something up, that's somebody's life out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's very important to me. I always take pride in what I do, no matter how small or big the job is. I always take pride in what I do.
Well, even growing up with you, that's how you've always been with anything you've done. And for you to kind of convert that into the Navy life, it just kind of shows that you do have a good work ethic. And the fact that I swear every person that you've talked about so far has said that. So it just kind of shows like the type of person you are.
Yeah. That makes me feel good. And I know, like, when I left the Blue Angels, all the boys were like, man, we miss you. Like, you're
now they're going back to the females who don't want to carry the toolbox.
Yeah, they're like, you're literally the best female, like, mechanic I've ever, like, and obviously, like, in my eyes, I don't feel that way. I just feel like I did what I had to get, and I don't like people looking down on me because I'm just a female. I hate that. If I know that I'm capable and willing to do something, like, I'm gonna do it, like, even if I have to put my body at risk, or put my life at risk. And there have been plenty of times where my body has given out on me when I needed to do a mission, but like I still pushed through it. Like, there was one time when I sprained my ankle so badly I couldn't walk on it, but I was like the supervisor of the night, so I was like I was like the night check supervisor, and so I was literally running around with a sprained ankle and just working through it. And I tore my shoulder maybe like a couple of years ago. It was to the point where I could barely hold up a toothbrush for more than like 30 seconds. It was so bad. Like my bicep muscle, like the tendon, it literally had basically detached itself from my shoulder. And I was still working with it for over 2 years, and I finally got it fixed after. Because the pain just got like so bad. It was just like so excruciating. I could barely even hold up like my toothbrush to brush my teeth for like 30 seconds. At that point, that's when I was just like, I decided, I was like, all right, I really need to get this
Right.
fixed because like I really can't lift anything heavy anymore because like I need to be able to do my job. And yeah, even that was like this like such a hard call for me because like I felt like I was letting my whole entire team down. And I know that like stuff's gonna get like work is gonna get done with or without me, but I always want to be part of it. And, you know, I don't want like people to suffer without me because I don't know. I feel left out, and it makes it so much easier when you have other people to rely on. You know, and I'm that extra person that people can rely on. So for me, I really did put my body and my mental on the back burner, and I know that I shouldn't have at the time, but I don't think I would have changed my mind. I wouldn't have changed anything if I could go back in time. I think I would have done the same exact things, even though like, you know, I am kind of suffering for it now, but I think I would have stayed the same. I think that's just who I am. You know, I'll always put everybody else's needs in front of me. Even when like people needed to eat or anything, I wouldn't eat until like my, you know, like even if I was like supervisor, I wouldn't eat until I knew that all of my other people below me like ate. You know, that's just the type of person that I was.
Yeah, that's a very good characteristic to have. But it's also good to sometimes take a step back and focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And have you become a priority for you.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's been my main focus for, you know, the past 4 months, focusing on me, doing what I need to do for me, you know, making sure that I'm happy. Because, you know, like the older that you get, you realize like no matter how unhappy you are or happy you are, like you're never going to be fully satisfied until you satisfy yourself first, you know.
Facts.
You know, because like I said, I always felt shitty about myself, and one of the ways that I make myself feel better is like I volunteer at the homeless shelters, or like I give food out, or I just like go out and buy sandwiches and stuff, and I make them and all stuff, and I like hand them out to homeless. Whenever I'm like feeling really shitty about myself, that's like one of the things that I do. But then I realized, okay, but why am I, you know, but now that I'm getting older, it's just like, okay, but why do you feel so shitty? You know, like you have everything that you would want, you know, like people look at you and they're like, damn, your life is made. And for me, I'm like unhappy still, right? I have a steady paying job. I have my own car. Now that I'm debt free, you know, like you're living basically like the perfect life. Like what else more would you need, you know? But for me, I still felt like unsatisfied, like unhappy. I just was like, I know there's something more for me. And it just takes like slowing your life down and really looking inwards and focusing on, you know, why you're really not happy. But I'm still learning. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. Well, speaking on that, you mentioned therapy. I don't know if Eric has been in therapy. What are you, if you guys had to give out your experience to somebody who hasn't been in therapy, who is considering it, this is a question for both of you guys. What advice would you give them?
Oh, you can go first.
It's hard. Therapy is not easy at all, and it takes so much time and effort into therapy.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it just takes so much time, especially finding the right therapist for you. You know, even now, like I've seen so many therapists, but I still haven't found like the right one for me. Like the therapists that I've had so far, like yeah, they've helped me realize some things, but I know that I haven't found like the perfect fit yet. I think that's the main thing, making sure that you find like the perfect therapist for you, because everybody's different, you know. What about you?
Dang, which is crazy because mine is like the complete opposite. I got a therapist in town here, and I think it also helps because she's also a minority. I feel like you can relate on it kind of built. Hopefully that doesn't come off as like racist, but it kind of has that background of like they know where you came from.
Yeah.
And so my therapist was a minority, and like for me, she was my first therapist, and probably will be my therapist for a while. But yeah, she's been awesome, and I think the one advice that I would give is that yeah, you just have to be willing to open up to them, because before I even started therapy, I was like, bitch, you don't know me. Why would I need it? Why would I need to tell you this? You know, it's like, you know, I've talked to all my friends, you know, it's like, and then they give you insights on things that you didn't realize or you didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's like an unbiased like perspective on your life. And so versus, you know, your friends like, yeah, fuck that bitch, you know?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I think that'd be like my insight on a therapist.
Yeah.
Or getting help.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you ever thought about trying to see a therapist?
I
I think that everybody should see a therapist. Like,
No,
no
for
matter
sure.
if you feel like if you need it or not. I think
No,
it's
for
good.
sure. I've thought
And
about
healthy.
it, but the thing with me is I've always, like, my coping mechanism is always
Drinking.
no, not.
I'm
But this
calls you out on it.
I know.
this actually stems back to like my childhood, where it's like I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take care of myself.
Yeah, that me too.
I'll worry about it later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when I worry about it, hopefully it doesn't mean as much anymore. By the time I rethink about it, yeah, that's how I've always been. I've considered a therapist, but man, shit's expensive.
It is
Yeah,
expensive.
it is expensive.
It really is.
And I think that is what is holding a lot of people back from actually
Yeah.
going to therapy
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's true. I will say the first therapist that I ever saw was military, and yeah, it was not a good experience.
no.
Because he was white male, doesn't know shit about Asian culture,
Right.
especially Hmong culture, you know. And so I told him kind of like about like my shaman stuff and blah blah, and he just kind of looked at me crazy as I was like psychotic, and I was like, okay, so I'm never gonna fucking see you again, you
Right.
know. But like and even some of the therapists, you know, this is kind of like reverse psychology, but you know, I used to be like suicidal at one point, and my therapist was like, oh well, let's try this treatment plan, and if it doesn't work, then you can always just commit suicide.
Oh, that's fucked.
She legit said
That's
that to
fucked,
me.
bro.
Yeah, this was
Holy
2021. Yeah, she legit said that shit to me. And she's like, I really want you to try this treatment plan, which I didn't do, you know, because I was just like, I don't want to take time off of work because I feel like I'd be letting my team down, and I can't do that to my team, blah, blah, right?
I feel like the
And she's like,
moment
well,
that
let's just try this treatment plan, and if it doesn't work, then you can always commit suicide.
I feel like the
Wow.
moment that she would have
Damn.
said that, I would have been like, oh, I'm over you. Like,
yeah,
right.
yeah. After
Like,
that,
I'm done
yeah,
with you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, she said that to me, and I was like, well, maybe it's just like reverse psychology. So I don't know. All of you therapists that are watching this, you guys let me know. But yeah, I felt like I was baffled. I was like, yeah, she's right, you know, but I don't know if I would say this to somebody who's
Oh, that's
Because
crazy.
you want someone to be blunt and honest, but
Yeah,
holy cow.
and I love that.
And that's freaking blunt.
Yeah,
Like,
because I am
shit.
the same exact way. But, you know, like, at that time, I was very, like, fragile. Obviously, people who are suicidal, very fragile. You know, like, things can set you off. Like, one of the things that triggered me one time when I was, like, very suicidal was, like, somebody, they skipped me online to get my ID replaced, my military ID replaced. And it set me off.
like mentally, or like you snapped at him.
No, like mentally. And that's what, like, triggered me to, like, spiral into, like, my suicidal episode.
That was like the breaking point.
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
And it was just, because they skipped me online. You know, because I had already been waiting like 2 hours at the place.
Right.
You know, and then they skipped me in line, and I figured it out because they're like, oh, well, we accidentally crossed off your name and blah, blah, blah. And for some reason, I don't know why, but that literally just set me off. And I went in my car. I cried for like hours in my car. And then, yeah, I contemplated, you know, like it just wasn't like a whole thing. But like, yeah. So to me, it's just like, what. I don't think that she should have said it to me, but also it could have been reverse psychology. Like, obviously I'm still here, but that shit did piss me off. But I was also like, but you're not wrong, so I also can't be like really mad at you because, yeah,
Maybe
it's always an option.
right.
It
Maybe
really
it's
is.
worked for her in the past, but
I mean, I guess it worked because I'm still here, so she wasn't wrong. She definitely
shit, that's
wasn't wrong.
crazy.
Yeah,
You got any other questions about the military before we transition?
yeah.
So don't call you a sergeant, right?
No, I'm a petty officer. Yeah, the Navy's weird. We're like the only like branch that has like different call signs and like
Okay.
names for like our positions and our
I'm
like
still gonna
ranks.
call you Sergeant
You
Lee.
can call me sergeant, but it's petty officer.
Sergeant Lee. That
Yeah.
sounds so cool.
Actually, all of my friends who like know me, they're like, you should have joined the Marines because you would have been a way better Marine. And I definitely think so because I'm very like structured.
Yeah, I can see
If you
that.
tell me like this is black and white, I'm very black and white. For me, there's like no gray area. And with the Navy, it's like, oh yeah, this is black and white, but there's also this gray area, right? Marines, they're not like that because I used to work with the Marines at the Blue Angels, right?
Mhm.
It's Marine Corps and Navy, and yeah, it's very black and white. It's very like this is what we're doing, this is how it's gonna go, and da 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 da, and blah blah blah, right? And their structure is very hardcore. Like you respect your leadership and stuff like that. And that's more of what I am. I'm very passionate about like leadership and like having good leaders and stuff like that. So I definitely think I should have been a Marine. But I joined the Navy instead.
So looking at us, do you think we would have been a good fit?
Honestly,
from you knowing what you know about us,
it's really not like a.
Do you think we would have survived 8 years?
I think so. Honestly, you get crazy people in the military all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The people that you least expect it.
Are we crazy enough?
Yeah, I don't think you have to be crazy.
Starts punching himself. Am I crazy?
Okay, you guys are gonna hate me, but I really have to go pee.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
That's how turtles orgasm. Sorry.
What was that other one? Your teeth reminds me of a song, Black and Yellow.
That one, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I love Goofy Guys. I love Goofy
shit.
Guys. If somebody said that to me, I would be hurt a little bit, but I know my teeth are black and yellow, so I would think it's funny.
That's fucked, bro.
Fuck, bro.
I would love that. I would laugh so hard.
I would leave the bar.
I wouldn't. I would actually start a conversation with him. I love Goofy Guys.
Goes up to your dad.
I'm a weirdo though.
Okay.
I am a weirdo.
I'm sorry. What'd you call me?
Oh my god. Okay, what else do you guys got, or is that it?
Did you want to talk about like your relationships?
Sure. What's up?
Because now we actually have a female perspective. So
Yeah,
we can ask her a little bit of questions.
Yeah, ask me. I love talking about relationships.
All right, go ahead, Young.
All right. This is me from not knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
When would be the right time to sleep with someone? When you're dating.
I think it all depends, you know. So for me, it's really like if I'm just like in the mood to, you know, like do the dirty,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want anything with them, I'll do it like the first night, and I'll never talk to them again or something like that. Right? Or we'll just keep it. I'm always very like blunt and very like, hey, I don't want this, I don't want that. Like this is what I want, right?
You want to fuck? Blunt like that?
As they say, yeah. Sometimes I'm like that. I haven't been like that in a while.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
No, like no.
So for like the past 5 years, I've been looking for like a life partner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I don't really do that stuff anymore. But like, I mean, when I was like heartbroken and like 21, or no, like from like 19 to like 20, whatever. Yeah, I was so heartbroken, and I was just like trying to get over this person. It took me like a very long time. It took me like 5 years to get over this person. But yeah, I think it's different for every person, so it depends on like what you want.
Yeah.
If I really like somebody, I'm not gonna sleep with them at least for like 2 weeks, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I'm really like,
Right, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's situational.
He'll do right there, right there.
Huh? It's situational. Like it's like what she said. You know, if I'm not trying to be with you in the long run, and we just trying to have some fun, then it's whatever. We do it now. We do it tomorrow. We do it yesterday. It don't matter.
I'm horny. I'm horny. Oh shit.
Sorry, bud. Can't let you up here. But yeah, but like she said, you know, if I'm looking for a life partner or somebody to be with, like actually like relationship wise, then whenever she's down,
Really? Yeah.
it's not on me, because realistically, right? If I'm really into this female and it's the first night and she goes, "Hey, let's do it," I'm like, say less, right?
I'm in love.
But if she goes, "I'm gonna make you wait a month," I'm gonna be like, say less. I like you, so I'll wait, you know.
Counting down the
But
days.
if it's like I'm not gonna like sleep with you for 3 years. I'd be like,
Say less.
Or I
Stutters
wanna-
on
or,
that
like, I want to be celibate.
Stutters on that.
Would you guys
Say
ever
less.
be celibate?
for like
Oh,
a
well,
potential partner.
Yeah. So
That-
like she's like,
That's funny that you brought that
Yeah.
up because from my perspective, I won't sleep with someone unless I love them. Yeah. Which is funny why you brought that up.
Same.
You just said that.
No, he's lying. You're such a liar.
Nah,
Because I
No,
find
because
it
you know,
so
like
hard
Megan
to
Good.
like.
Obviously, she lost her
she's so
virginity.
fine.
She's so fine.
Megan Good,
Yeah.
like a black girl.
Yeah.
Megan Good.
So obviously, she had already lost her virginity,
You
but
knew
her
who she
husband
was
now,
talking about.
like she and her husband were celibate for a year before they even
The D
had.
Mac good.
Yeah.
I feel like
And now they're like married and stuff. Like they were celibate until they got married, which I
So-
mean they only dated for like a year before. They got
that's
married,
what
but,
I'm
like,
saying. I
would
think,
you guys ever?
I think it
do that?
if she wants to stay celibate, then obviously I think the idea of marriage is gonna come quicker than
Yeah.
like
Get
like
married
no,
tomorrow.
no, but like realistically, like if I'm gonna stay celibate with somebody, ideally it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna be married within a year and a half,
Mhm.
versus like these couples who are together for 10, 12 years, not married yet, but they're already doing the dirty.
Yeah, and they have like kids,
Right.
and a house together, and
So I think
everything like that.
I guess it depends on like the time frame.
Yeah.
Because if it's like you gotta stay celibate for 10 years before.
Yeah. Well, which would you guys prefer, being celibate for a year or being in a relationship for 10 years?
Oh, I kind of spoke on this earlier on another episode or one of our last episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think titles like husband and wife is not necessary.
Yeah.
So I would pick a relationship for 10 years because the title of husband and wife is generally the same idea of the title of boyfriend girlfriend.
It's just one's legal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that, other than like insurance purposes and and taxes and all that shit, there's not much to it.
Yeah. I don't know how I really feel about it. I only say that because like I've never been married. I've never even like been close to even getting married. So like I don't really have an opinion. But I definitely would want to get married. But I don't know how.
Yeah,
I'd
like the
feel.
idea of it is
yeah,
nice.
yeah. I don't know how I would feel like being like in a 10-year relationship and still not even getting the ring. You know. So I don't know how I would feel, but I know a lot of females who are like, I'm still waiting on the ring, and it's been 10+ years. Blah, blah, blah. And
that's a long time.
that is a long time.
But it's happened though.
Yeah, it happens like every day. You know, I actually have a lot of friends who are like in relationships that are like 10+ years, and they still haven't gotten that ring. And I'm like, okay, well, do you really want the ring because of you, or do you want it just to conform to society?
Right.
As in like, oh, by like your first year, you should have already been engaged. By the third year, you guys should have already been married. You know what I mean? Like every relationship has their own pace. And I think, I've seen it work both ways, where some people get married after 3 months or 6 months and they have like flawless marriages, right? But I've also seen it where people get married after 10 years and they have flawless marriages. But I've also seen it where people get married at like 3 months, 6 months, and their marriage is absolute crap.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've also seen it where people are like together for 10+ years, get married, and then their relationship falls to crap. You know, so it goes both ways. I think it
Right.
really does depend on the people and if they really want to be with each other or not.
Yeah.
So there's like no right or wrong way to do it.
I feel like you kind of lose that surprise too once you've been with someone for that long, where it's like they're just expecting it. No, it's like, yeah, we're gonna get married. We've been together for however many plus years. So I'm just expecting the ring anytime now. So you kind of lose that like that build up, you know.
Yeah.
So you're saying propose earlier.
I don't say that, but just I don't know. Don't wait too long, I guess, is what I'm saying.
But what if mentally you're not ready though?
Then why are you in a relationship?
Well, okay, let's take out the word mentally, right? Because the thing for a lot of males is a lot of males want to be able to provide financially. So that they're not going to, quote unquote, be commit themselves when they're not financially ready for responsible men, at least. So I'd say,
But they still get into relationships anyways.
right, but having the title of like husband, wife, and legally be documented and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not financially ready, do you blame him for waiting too long? Like, what if he's still continuously working on himself? What if he's in school getting his master's, or he's trying to do a startup business?
Like I said, I don't think that really matters. I think if two people want to get married, they will get married. Because like I've said before, I've seen a lot of people who are in college got married and they did fucking fantastic. Mm-hmm. But I've also seen people who got in college and didn't, and like they were waiting to be financially secured, and then once they actually got financially secured, they realized that they didn't want to be with that person anymore. Right. So like I said, it really doesn't matter what scenario you're in. It just really depends on, like, are you a person who can commit? Are you a person who can stand by your word? Are you a man or a woman of your word? If you commit to this one person, do you really mean that? For me, that's the ultimate bottom line. It doesn't matter what scenario you're put in. It just matters if you are able to commit to your word. That's it.
So,
plain and simple.
I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just throwing out
situations.
But
I definitely understand it. Like, for me, like, I've wanted kids since I was like 16. I wanted to be married since I was like, like 20, 21. But I just never did it because I knew that I was not financially ready. I'm not stable. Right. And that's why I disciplined myself. Like, hey, you cannot have these things just because you want it. Right. You will get these things eventually, but you can't have these things right now because you are not in a good position to have it. You know what I mean?
Right. Question for you.
Yeah.
Love of your life. You guys been dating for however long now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You find out he doesn't want to have kids. How are you treating that situation?
That would have been a question on like the first or second date.
What if he was like up in the air about it when you guys first started talking, and then let's say 2-3 years down the line, he's like,
if he's telling me I love you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life, I would have to know. These are questions I would have asked before I even got to that point.
Even if he was like, oh, I'm on like the line, I don't know if I want kids yet.
Yeah, for me that would have been a red flag.
Okay, right away when he's like, oh, yep. I'm not sure.
Yep. Because for me, I definitely know I want kids, and I know that I definitely want to get married. And so for me, if it's like, if my partner doesn't see those things in his future, I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. Like, when you figure it out, but I'm also not going to wait for you. Like, if I find somebody who wants the same thing as me, I'm going after this person, not you. Right. So I'm very blunt in my relationships. I'm very like, hey, this is what I want. If you don't want, there's no hard feelings. We can keep it casual. We can keep it cool. But also at the same time, like, if I find somebody who is on the same page with me, I'm dropping you and I'm going for this person.
Right.
Sergeant Lee. Damn.
But that's the way that I've always been.
Yeah.
I'm very blunt. I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like people wasting my time. People waste my time all the time. But whatever. We're human.
Same.
I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I'm not. I'm definitely not. I am definitely not perfect. But I
you know what you want.
Yeah, I definitely try to be honest as much as possible. And that's probably why I've been single, for so long. Because, like, these are the things that I want. And if I don't get it, then it's kind of like, well, then we just can't be together. No matter how much I love you. Like I said, like, the second boyfriend that I was with, loved this dude so much. Took me 5 years to get over him, right? But, like, we just weren't on the same page.
Well, speaking about you being single, was dating while you were enlisted looked down upon? And did you engage in that activity?
I don't think it was looked down upon. It's just, it was definitely hard. A lot of people do it. There's a lot of infidelity in the military, obviously, because we're always deploying. And,
right.
It's so, like I said, the stability thing. It's so hard when you're, like, always gone away from home. And you have to have a lot of trust. I'll say that.
Dating within the military, is it looked down upon?
No, it's normal.
Yeah.
Because who else are you going to date? Like, your dating pool isn't that big. Because especially for me, because, like, I be working like crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So your dating pool is really limited to, like, your coworkers, unless you meet your other people through, like, social networkings and stuff like that, or, like, if you go out, or you have, like, special hobbies or activities that you like to do, or other things like that. But for me, it was both of my boyfriends that I had while I was in the military were due to, or they were my coworkers. Same.
So does that mean they work together too?
Yeah.
So
they were both mechanics.
Interesting.
But I'm very I feel like I'm very professional, like with my relationships. I can separate my profession and my personal life.
Mhm.
And a lot of people can't do that, you know, like even if they have like arguments or separations, I'm very like, I'm the type of person, like, even if we were in a relationship together, I could never like talk shit about you or like, I mean, I'm not going to say that I haven't done it before, because yeah, definitely I have, like in the heat of the moment, but like I could never like hate you after I've loved you, because it's like we shared very intimate moments together. I could never be that type of person.
That's an
You know?
interesting take.
Like for me, my exes, like,
Take.
Why? Why'd you say that?
I mean, I think everything is situational.
yeah,
I could have loved this person forever,
Mm-hmm.
and then she cheats on me. I hate you.
yeah.
You
I
know what
mean, my last partner cheated on me, and I don't hate him or anything. I just feel indifferent about him.
Right.
Like he tried to
But-
text me like whatever ago, and I just didn't respond. And I
You'd
just
still
like,
want the best for
whatever.
them, right? Fuck no.
Honestly, no, because you fucked me over. You ruined my life at that moment.
I still wish them the best.
Yeah, that's where I stand too. Like,
Even though he cheated on me, yeah, I still wish them the best.
because
Because you know why
time-
would you hold on to so much hate? Hate makes you so ugly.
Well, stop hating.
Well, the way I look
You
at
know?
it, I mean, we can be indifferent about it,
Yeah.
you know. But
But that's the only way you get to move on with yourself and with your life. Like if you hold on to these grudges, it just makes you lose trust in other people. You know, it kind of like has this like trickle effect that you don't even realize.
right. But why am I? I mean, obviously, like you guys said, I hope, you know, the best for you. But at the end of the day, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
whatever,
for sure.
whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
yeah,
it's like,
like I'm the same. That's how I am. With
why am
my
I
ex.
going to keep rooting for you when you were the whole reason of my downfall?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I see where you guys are coming
Yeah.
from. Like at the end of the day, be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm a good person.
It's not even about being a good person. It's just learn to let go. Because why would you hold on to these things that are tethering you to your past? You know what I mean?
Right, but I don't know. I think
Like in order to propel, think about
It's
it like
okay,
a rubber band.
blog.
no, but everybody.
All these things are holding you back, and the moment you let go,
But
it
everybody's
shoots you
everybody's
forward.
different though, because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know
for sure.
you don't know where their mental state are.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe your partner being, you know, doing whatever they were doing, cheating, maybe that pushes you over the edge. Maybe
yeah.
that really fucks with your head.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So can I tell you something? So 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Manager, right? One thing that I learned, which literally changed my life, is nobody can control you or nobody can influence you unless you allow them to. Like you control, you are the master of your own emotions, right? So say like Eric says "fuck you," right? And obviously you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, whatever." He said "fuck you." That's my boy, right? But you're like, "Yeah, that's my boy, right?"
Fuck me then.
But
Fuck me then.
think about this: a random stranger comes up to you and is like, "Fuck you."
right,
You get offended, right?
right.
Mhm.
He just said the same thing. Why aren't you offended? Right? It's
True.
because you allowed this.
Bites his
right?
lips.
It's because you allowed this stranger to get to you.
I'm not
And
mad.
so once I changed my perspective about it like that, not a lot of stuff gets to me anymore. You know?
Mhm.
And obviously I'm still human. Shit still pisses me the fuck off. But then I'll always think about it like, okay, why am I mad? Am I mad because I'm offended? Am I mad because this person is intentionally trying to like, you know, like shade me or whatever, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like this is the things that I think about before I even like speak out and act out. Right? Because if I feel like you're doing something intentionally to me, then I'm gonna talk to you about it, right? But if it's just like, oh, like he said this or she did that or she blah blah blah, like I'm not gonna feel some type of way unless I actually like feel like you did this to me intentionally. Because a lot of the times, people are just like, we're human, you know. We just kind of forget, and we have our off days. Sometimes we like misdirect our anger or misdirect our bad attitudes towards the people that we love the most because like we feel the most comfortable with you. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think like people like why do the people that I love the most treat me like shit, right?
True.
Like your family members, right?
Yeah.
Your family members should be there for you. They should be your number one
right.
supporters,
Every,
right? But
everybody
sometimes-
treats me like shit.
Yeah, but sometimes, sometimes it's
Oh.
just, but sometimes it's just kind of like, why is my family treating me like shit when they should be my number one supporters? Well, it's because they know that you're always gonna kind of be there. You know,
Right.
family's family. It may not always seem like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like once you change your perspective, then you don't allow people to like get you, and it doesn't like really put you in this negative space. For me, I've learned that a lot. I mean, like for me, this was something that I had to learn, and it was so hard for me to do because like I grew up in a very toxic family. I was very abusive, and I was like this horrible child. Like if I saw somebody like obese walking down the street, I would call it out. I'd be like, "Hey, you fat ass!" Blah, blah. And I was a horrible person growing
You're
up.
mean.
I was no,
Asshole.
literally. I was a horrible person growing up.
Somebody lose their
Horrible.
soccer ball.
Yeah. No,
Damn.
but it was because of like the anger and the resentment that I had towards my family because I was getting treated like shit at home. It's just like the kids that you get bullied. Most of the time, the bullies are getting bullied at home, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing for me, right? I was getting bullied at home from my, whatever, and then I would act out to these kids and these students and to everybody else in the world, right? And I was just like this horrible person. But the minute I changed my perspective, I was just like, man, why am I like this? I don't even really, like, I'm only like this because I hate myself. And I project it onto other people. And that's when I realized I need to stop this. Because I'm like, I'm hurting people when I don't have the right to. Like, I don't know what these people are going through, Like, I'm misdirecting my anger towards people who don't deserve it. They're just trying to live their life just like me. And it's so unfair for me to treat these people like they're less than human, just because I'm unhappy. So that's when I started to, like, try to learn how to master my emotions and, like, master, like, my mindset and, like, just to think better and be more of a positive person.
Right. Damn, maybe
I'm still working on it. But
maybe I'm the bully.
You are.
that's why everybody deleted you.
Fuck those people. I don't give two shits about them.
That right there.
Keep deleting me off Facebook. Unfollow me on Instagram. I don't care. I'm not mad.
I mean,
You're mad.
It kind of seems like you're the one carrying since you brought it up.
I know.
All right, let's go to the next segment here.
Okay.
Let's get a little spicy here.
A little spicy.
All right.
Spicy.
Any questions you want to start?
How are you gonna say that segment and then you ask me
Direct it to
questions?
him.
Right.
All right, we'll start out with.
All right. You want me to ask?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What is your go-to porn category? If you guys feel comfortable talking about it.
I think my dad's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
You said it's spicy. Nah, y'all tripping. I said, what is your favorite corn?
Oh, cream
Category.
corn. Cream corn. I love cream corn.
I like elotes. Elotes. Oh, corn is vegetarian, so you can eat that. Too.
That's fucking
Wait, are you
good.
vegetarian?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have been for about 8 years
Yeah,
now.
he doesn't eat meat.
That's
7
good.
years now, yeah.
How do you like it?
It's normal.
Yeah.
I just call
Do
it
you
food.
miss meat?
The only thing that I kind of miss, but it's not like I crave it or anything. I do crave it. I'm just kidding. Fried chicken. Like, you can't replace fried chicken.
No.
Yeah. Like,
You know,
fuck. I've
Well,
seen, like,
tempeh.
I watch mukbang videos of people eating Jollibee.
I've
Oh, that
seen-
gravy.
I seen this
Fuck.
video of these people making like.
Wait, can you have the gravy? I think.
I don't know.
No, it's probably like turkey gravy. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more. Oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That ended quick.
Yeah.
No, but I seen this video of this guy. He like deep fried some type of mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are
And then
mushrooms
he like
out there.
peeled it. I'm like, bro, that shit look like fried chicken.
Yeah, there are some mushrooms out there that actually taste like chicken. I forgot what it's
Yeah.
called.
There's also tempeh that has like the texture of chicken. It's basically flour and you like kind of like wet it in water and you know what I'm talking about. I was thinking about trying to make it, but I don't know.
Tempeh, is that like Korean food?
No. It's
Anaseo.
literally just flour. It's just like gluten that becomes like stringy after you
See.
process it through like water and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like basically washing flour until it becomes like this like doughy form. But like when you cook it and you bake it, it becomes like the texture of like shredded chicken. Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe I'll have to send you a video.
So that was your spicy question.
Yeah. What was your favorite corn category?
All right.
And I don't know how we got onto fried chicken. But
Yeah, I don't know.
keep it PG-13.
PG-13. Ooh. PG-13 does make it a little hard then.
Ooh, how old were you when you lost your first, or when you had your first kiss? I was 14.
Oh,
I was 14.
This is a funny story.
Like a real kiss. I was 14.
Oh, real kiss? 12, 13.
Damn, that's so young.
Kissing the wall doesn't count, bro.
This guy.
Oh my god, I think I was
Yeah.
16, 17.
Dang.
But you know what that also reminds me of?
Bro, you could have had it earlier. We knew so many people who liked you.
I know. I just didn't like guys like that.
Stairs
I-
right.
I don't know why they liked me. I was looking like I was rough back then. Y'all, if
We
y'all
were
see
all
my
rough.
if the people, if y'all really know, you guys know I was looking hella rough in
Send us a
school.
picture. We'll post it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking
So,
hella rough.
Picture right here.
Puts a picture of Shrek.
Oh man, I was looking so, and nobody told. Well, I mean, a lot of people. I guess.
Well, I mean, back then, you probably assumed that you look good. 'Cause
No,
we
I
all
didn't. No,
Like you didn't. Like you just didn't.
I
care.
didn't even like myself. Yeah, I just didn't care because I was very tomboy, and I was like, what the fuck do I need? Like the first time I actually like wore like a really pretty dress or like makeup and like got really pretty was when like Kim and Vivian and they all like dressed me
okay.
up for like prom when I was like 16, and they all were like, "You've never really worn makeup before," and I was like, "No," and that's how I started to get into makeup because like Kim and Vivian like put makeup on me and stuff like that.
Let's see.
Was this
And-
when you still had the short hair, or were you
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
Dang.
I still have that picture on my Facebook too. Maybe I'll send you guys that one. It was like
Okay.
I
Makes a full-on slideshow.
I legit was still not looking good.
Okay. First impression of belong when you.
Hey.
This dude's gay.
No, for real.
Just kidding.
Be honest. I'm not gay.
Starts questioning it.
I thought you were so old.
But you got to remember, what I was a freshman because you were still in middle school.
My first impression was of you. I only saw the back of your head because it was your profile picture when you
That
messaged
shit
me,
was
and that was
lit.
your profile picture was the back of your head with salt and pepper hair, and I was like, this man, old ass man, is messaging me about his like niece or
That shit
about his
broke his
nephew.
heart.
Well,
I'm
because
just kidding.
obviously I was so young, I didn't know that like people could even have salt and pepper hair at that age.
Now
Now I know. But now I know. So now I know. So I thought he was like, had to be like 40, 50 years old. I was like, why is this weirdo?
First of all, remember she didn't see my face.
Yeah,
okay?
I
She
didn't
saw
see his
the back of my head.
only the back of his head. It was like black and pepper.
I don't even remember that profile picture.
Do you still have black and pepper hair?
Yes, it doesn't just go away.
Take off your hat. Let me see.
No, because I didn't do my hair today. I'll show
I
you.
haven't seen your hair in so long. But
I'll show you later.
so that was literally my first impression
But
of
you
him.
got to remember too.
I didn't see his face.
I think I was an 8th grader or freshman, 8th grader. This is
this had to be in high school.
no.
Because I didn't move here to Oshkosh until I was a sophomore.
I messaged you because our mutual friend was interested in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you were still living out of town.
Was I?
Yes, because
How did he meet me then?
you guys met at a funeral. I remember.
Okay. I guess he's going to remember for the both of us.
But yes, what was your first impression?
My first impression of you was like, why is this old man messaging me?
Okay, and then when you got to know me,
I thought it was like a creep.
and then when you got to
I
know me,
don't
Really?
remember. I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
But
don't-
I do remember that I was like, oh, this guy looks like Pooh Bear.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment.
I went from looking 50 to looking like Pooh Bear.
But legit,
Wow.
I still think you look like Pooh Bear. Look at him. Look at the face. He looks like Pooh Bear.
All right. Well, what was your first impression of Eric?
Man. You have to go there.
Legit skater boy. Just skater boy.
Okay.
Eric was a junior already.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. 'Cause I-
All I saw was like, oh, he's just another skater b-boy. I think I
Like-
saw you breakdancing with Kenny in the middle of the hallway, and I was like, bro, that's fucking dope.
Like the RAR XD look.
Yeah.
RX
Like you
look.
and Kenny were like in the you guys had your like b-boy group in the middle of the hallway, and I was like, damn, that's so fucking cool. I think that was my first impression of you, but it was with Kenny.
All right. Now, what was your first impression of TT?
Damn, I'm trying to remember the first time
I
I've
know.
seen you. It was in high school because I didn't know you.
Mind y'all, we haven't seen each other since high school, like
Yeah.
in person,
Facts.
which was almost 10 years ago.
I'm trying to remember.
Facts.
It'll be 10 years
This is tough.
next year for me, at least.
Um,
No, actually, it is 10 years because you graduated 2013.
did you?
I
No.
graduated 2014.
Yeah.
was gonna say,
you
did
have
you-
to go off Eric's year. Or
Yeah, I was
are
gonna
you?
say,
Yeah,
did you?
so we
Yeah.
haven't seen each other in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, wow, I can't remember. I really
Yeah.
can't.
Well, you guys really didn't interact.
Yeah,
No, we didn't.
Did you hang out with Shabda a lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because
Me and
that'll
Shawano were
probably be
like
my
this.
first impression is like you and Shab.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that means, but
No, Shabana and I, we were just like really close. I love that dude. That boy's my man's, you know. But like, obviously he got into a relationship with my girl Manny, and I was like, I used to work with her sister,
okay.
and I wanted to respect their boundaries. So obviously I like pulled off back, you know, because I know how people are in general. Oh, you have the opposite sex, and it goes for both, right? If say if like Manny had a guy best friend, she would probably pull off of her guy best friend too, because it would make Shaw feel uncomfortable. So for me as a friend, I just was like, oh, well, you know, I'm always going to be here for you. I love you no matter what. Like, you're my boy forever. But, like, I don't want to disrespect Manny because I love her. I think she's cool. She's sweet. So I'm just going to pull back. But, like, if you need me, I'm always here for you. And, yeah, they just got together. And I think they're fucking great together. But, like, me as a woman, like, I would never ask my best friend to do that. But also, like, as a woman, I know where I stand in my place. You know, like, I always feel like a man should always put his woman ahead of whoever. So that's why I like kind of like backed off. But I still miss my friend though.
Right.
Like sometimes I would like want to hit him up, but I don't want to like message him out of nowhere and like cause something between the two. You know what I mean? Like, and this happens with all of my boys too. Like because like a lot of my friends are males, obviously because I'm a mechanic. Like all of my military friends are all like married and stuff. Like. There's so many times when I want to like send memes and like send them like crazy funny text messages.
Can't.
Yeah, but I don't want to because I don't want to start. Like I know their wives and they know me, and like they feel comfortable with me because I've had this conversation with them and they've already told me like, oh, you know, like I was really skeptical about you because you know they were like, you know, you're Txitxi, you're so cool, you're a mechanic, and you're so pretty, and you know you just seem so like cool or whatever, blah blah blah. And I honestly was like worried that you like would like try to interfere in a relationship, and I'm like, I promise you I would never do that. And that's the one reason why like when I first met you I approached you first and not the other way around, because I'm always the type of person like if I'm friends with a dude I'm always going to talk to the female first to make sure that she feels comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable with me being friends with your husband or your guy boyfriend whatever blah, then I'm not going to be their friend. Right. Just because I don't want to get in between it. I don't like drama. I don't like being the middleman because I've been there, done that without knowing, and I don't want to be that. So I always approach like the wife or the girlfriend first, and I always introduce myself like, hey, what's going on? Like my name's Txitxi. I'm part of the team, or I'm one of his coworkers. Like if you guys ever need anything, let me know. Da 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 da, and yeah. So that's kind of where, like, I think that females should do that anyways. Or, like, just, like, people in general, right? If you really ain't got nothing to hide or you don't have, like, ill intentions towards people, make your fucking self known.
Right,
like, what's, you know what I mean? But, yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't have a lot of friends.
But there's so many times where, like, yeah, like, one of my closest friends, right? Or I wouldn't say closest, but, like, one of my favorite fucking mentors, like, fucking amazing guy. I think he's top-notch everything, like... If this dude told me to jump off a bridge, I would fucking jump off a bridge.
Wow.
Great fucking mentor, great fucking friend, super fucking smart. Like, I've learned so much from this guy. And, like, I put this man on a fucking pedestal because he's just so fucking smart mechanical-wise. And I'm just like, man, this dude is fucking great. And I love his family. I love his kids. I love his wife. He's such a family man. And they're just so fucking perfect. If I were to win $1 million, I would give... them a fucking brand new house. Like, this is how much I love this dude because he's so fucking dope, right? But his wife was also like, she told me straight up, she's like, oh, you know, like, I saw you and I was kind of scared, blah blah, like, oh, but why wouldn't Austin like her because she's so pretty? And I'm like, I hate you for even thinking that, you know, because you don't know how much your husband loves you. Like, you are so goddamn lucky. And mind you, I would never do that, and that's why I introduced myself to you in the first place. But like, girl, you are so beautiful that I feel uncomfortable. Yeah. So that's why especially in a relationship, if I'm friends with like a male and like they have a new partner, I'm always like, I introduce myself first. If they don't feel comfortable, then I would just kind of like back off. But
if your significant other had a best friend of the opposite sex after you guys started dating, Do you approve of that or no?
I would have to get to know her first.
It's a no for me.
No.
If it's prior, before we started dating, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make a new guy best friend after we're together,
so like
it's tough.
Like me knowing
Right.
me, if I made a best friend like after a relationship, I know that I would never cheat, and I know that I would never
Right.
cross that boundary. But if my man's was like, you gotta stop talking to this dude because I don't feel uncomfortable, I'll be like, okay, well, first of all, you got trust issues. Number two, though, I would kind of back off though, because like as in a relationship, you should be going to your partner for relationship advice or just like any kind of advice, right? But it's also like if you can't go to your man's or your woman for your needs, then why do you need to seek it out?
This might come out harsh, but like, if you're gonna make a new best friend, the only difference, like the only thing that would separate me between him and I would be that you're only having sex with me and not him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
That sounds a little harsh, but
and I look at it like you make a new guy best friend. Obviously, at least in my eyes, I know their intentions. They're playing the long game. They're waiting most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So there are those genuine dudes who are like legit do want to just be your friend, and then we'll introduce you to the other significant other, like the male to male.
Yeah.
But
And I only say that because like I said with the last person, right? Him and his wife had been married for like 10 plus years.
right.
You're obviously gonna change occupations, or you're gonna change different duty stations, right? You're gonna meet different people. Him and I got really close because we're very similar. We're very alike. We're just like workaholics, right? And so we got very close. Not close like that, but like if he needed anything, I got his back.
Right.
That's the type of closeness that I meant. You know, I was very reliable for him. If he needed shit to get done, he would always like, "Hey, TT, I need this shit done," and I'd be on it, right? So in that aspect, I feel like that's okay. But like I said, it also depends. Like you have to make sure that you know who your husband is, and you have to make sure that you know who the other person is. And that's why for me, I made myself known to the wife. Like, hey, I'm new, obviously, but I don't want you to worry about anything because I would never, you know. And that's why I also, like, whenever I want to, like, talk to this person or whatever, I always kind of, like, go through the wife first or, you know, or I just, like, keep it casual, you know. But, yeah, I fucking love this dude. Like, great fucking dude. I've never seen him, like, in a sexual way or nothing like
Right.
that.
Mhm.
Just, like, if I were to have a future husband, I would want him to be exactly like this person. Yeah.
And I think that's where I say like it is situational based. But just I guess for me, I would kind of find it weird if but like for you actually went out and talked to his wife and
Yeah.
you know. But if
I think initially, yeah, I would be
Right.
like, who the fuck is this
but
bitch?
if my SO is trying to be like, oh, this is my best friend, you can only talk to him when we hang out or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. If he was
You
trying
sure about that?
So I think there would be like have to be like specific red flags. Like if he was like trying to keep her secret and he didn't tell me about her, that's when I would be like, okay, is this your best friend or is this something that you're really actually like romantically interested in? Because that, to me, like if we're in a relationship, we should be up and honest with like who we're meeting, especially if you're like getting a new friend that you're becoming close with. To me, I mean, I do that. Even if I'm like hanging out with people, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with this person, da, da, da. But that's just me. And I know that I can't expect that out of everybody else, but like I do expect that out of my partner. I expect reciprocity. What's that word? I can't think right now. I'm tired.
You got anything to follow up to that?
How would you feel?
I pretty much already expressed it.
Oh.
Yeah. If
You're in the same boat as me.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, if you're going to have a best friend and I'm also your best friend, right?
Yeah,
The only
it's
separation.
Yeah, and like I said, if it was before you guys started dating, okay, I might have to be a little more open to it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be with your
But-
but if you're gonna be with your forever person, you know, like you gotta know they're gonna meet new people all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You guys,
It's gonna happen
Right,
no
no.
matter what.
okay, and there's a difference of friends and best friends.
Uh-huh.
You know, go ahead, meet all the friends you want. Go to your work parties, whatever, right? But if it's like, oh yeah, me and my best friend is gonna go get dinner tonight. Like, am I coming too?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Okay, can I
Oh,
tell you?
Kaylee? Oh, no, Henry. Who? Henry who?
Can I tell you guys
Henry with the eye.
something? So I went on a cruise with my best friend, male, right?
You went on a cruise?
With my best friend for
Okay.
7 days, right? While I was dating somebody.
Mm-hmm.
How would you guys feel?
Shit, that sucks for me.
How would you feel though?
Yeah.
Wait,
Would
okay.
you be pissed?
Can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
How long have you and this dude been friends?
2 days.
Well, no,
Goes
like-
on a cruise to which.
I think like 5 years prior to me dating this dude.
So he was friends prior.
We were best friends prior to
Okay,
me and this
um,
dude dating. But he still felt uncomfortable because this obviously they didn't know each other yet. They've only met during FaceTime.
You guys went on a cruise. Do you guys have separate rooms?
No, we slept in the same room.
Oh.
2 beds.
No.
Oh.
Y'all slept in the same bed?
Yeah, but we had like pillows in between. But I sleep with all my best friends, guys or girls. Like with Kevin, Myra, Cindy, like all of us sleep together.
Cries. Go ahead. Have fun.
I don't, low-key, I don't know how I would feel.
But like, imagine.
Obviously, I'm
yeah.
going to be like, all right.
Right. It's gonna be like
it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be pissed.
it's gonna be a
but-
fume of jealousy.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
But I'm gonna
How
be
come
like,
you didn't go on a cruise with me? I'm fun.
But I mean,
'Cause
like,
you didn't ask me.
I think as I might just be like,
Dude, you're getting mad over a hypothetical
no,
situation.
like,
That's a good question though, huh?
because I'm trying to be realistic. I'm trying to give you like my genuine answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would be like,
No, I'm going with him.
I'll be like, okay, I trust you. Go ahead. Don't do nothing stupid because, you know, one way or another, I'm going to find out. Call me when you wake up. Call me before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I know you're good. And obviously, before the trip, I'll be like, I want to meet this guy,
Mm-hmm.
like in person.
Be the most handsome man.
But
you've
like
ever
you said,
met.
there's going to be that little bit of jealousy there.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Damn, he's handsome.
Yeah, if he was better looking than me too, man, that's tough, dude.
That's
that makes
tough.
it so much worse.
Yeah.
What about you?
Honestly, you know, go ahead.
Yeah.
Stutters. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think-
Go ahead. I'll just be home.
What's that? One thing where he's like, because I can never be him. You know?
Oh, yeah. My pronouns are he and him.
Yeah.
Because I would never be him.
Oh
Right.
my god, that's so funny. Yeah, no, but I
No,
did. And then I didn't do anything. Like all I literally did.
you got me mad for no reason.
Well, because my boyfriend at the time did feel jealous, and that obviously kind of made me feel bad. And I didn't really realize how like he would feel until like I got on the cruise, and I was like, oh man, I feel really bad.
Right.
And so like all I did was basically I hung out by myself and I read books, and I literally read a 1,000-page book in 4 days. And I just hung out by myself and I ate dinner basically by myself. So all we ever did was like kind of like talk and sleep on the sleep together. Not like that.
Right.
But in the same room.
He made you feel bad about it?
Yeah, he made me feel so bad. So I didn't even get to enjoy my time with my best friend, and I felt so bad.
Like the whole time he was just like saying things.
Yeah, and
Okay.
my best friend was like, "Hey, what's wrong? Like, why are you acting like this way?" And
Has this best friend ever expressed any form of interest in you?
no, never.
Okay.
So like, even we've slept in the bed together multiple times. Like me and my best friends, like we're very like non-sexual. We're very like we'll like sleep on the same bed and we'll like kind of cuddle, not cuddle, but like we'll just kind of like sleep together. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like the same way that I would sleep with Myra.
His phone is on me.
But it's never been like that. I don't think so. At least maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like naive. But
I
like,
mean, he's hard, but
What's that in your pocket? Don't worry, it's the remote. You're good.
but the same way that I sleep with all of my girl best friends, I sleep with my guy best friends, and it's just like, for me, it's normal.
No, for sure.
Maybe guys don't see it that way, but for me, I know that I would never do anything with my best friends like that. Like I don't see them sexually like that.
Sorry, we're not laughing at you.
You guys are laughing.
No, we're not laughing.
we're
at
laughing at the shit we're making up. Oh my god!
We got this one brain cell that connects our brain together. But,
Say something stupid.
Is that
Say
weird?
something stupid.
That's weird, huh?
Like I said, everything is situational based.
Yeah.
You grew up with that form of friendship, with that being normal for you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not
Projecting the same to us.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
because like
I will
Hey.
say though, if the roles were reversed, I
Hey,
probably would feel this.
get your
I
leg-
would- I would feel some type of
Get
way.
your leg off me. That's not my leg. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I would feel so disgusted if I felt that, but thank God I have not.
Oh my god.
Thank God I have not.
but like what you just said, if the roles were reversed, you would be a little upset.
If I didn't know the person, yeah,
You met her through FaceTime once.
yeah.
You'd be a little upset too.
I don't think, maybe not upset, but I would be like,
Little worrisome.
yeah. I would feel a little worried.
So kind of like how we would feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know not a lot of people think like me and are like think like me. I'm just gonna say that. So
I'm just thinking. of
We're not
this.
laughing at you.
I'm just thinking
okay?
of this.
We
you're
respect.
thinking about the third leg.
We respect you. We respect your profession. We respect your choices. So. But that third leg be wild.
Get your leg up. That's not my leg.
Oh my God,
Oh, shit.
That's a.
Yeah, that's tough.
that's tough, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that,
Mhm.
if you did get,
Oh my God,
do you make it awkward or do you ignore it?
I would be like, get the fuck off me. What the fuck is going on with you?
What if he's like, it just happens when I'm tired?
I'd be like, get the fuck
But
off
he's
me.
not
What the
okay.
fuck
But
is
he's
wrong
not
with you?
trying to do anything.
Get the fuck off me. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. It's
Yes.
kind of like get your boner out.
Okay,
Yeah.
same bed, got the thing right.
Yeah.
You just see a fucking tent.
A what?
So she's laying here, he's laying here, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's blankets right here.
Mm-hmm.
If there's blankets in between that,
You kinda look-
I'm just gonna turn the other way.
You kind of look over and you see a tent.
I'm just gonna look the other way. As long as he's not touching me, we're good.
Yeah.
As long as he's not touching me.
Shit, if I'm sleeping on this couch and Eric's sleeping on this couch and I see a tent, I'm like, I gotta go, brother.
Seriously?
Be like, bro, enjoy yourself, my guy. Like, I'm too close to a boner, no, I can't. And it's not even mine. Like, I can't.
That's a good one. Shit.
Oh my God. Would you guys still be with somebody if the sex was not good?
No.
No?
I think sex is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried that. It did not work out very well.
You need that connection.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It was to the point where I thought
Yes.
I was like pansexual. I was like, I just didn't want to do it anymore, which I was really weird because like I usually have a very high sex drive, and when I was with this person, I was like, I'm not sexually attracted to you at all. Like I don't even want you touching me like that.
It does play a big role, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to cuddle with this person, but when it was like came down to like getting intimate, I was like, ugh. I just like dreaded it.
Dang.
I just was like, get it over as fast as you can and hurry the fuck up.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
For real. Go ahead. What are you gonna ask?
I'm thinking of F, Mary, Kill.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
We could do these rapidly.
Okay.
Okay. I don't really know people.
F, marry, kill. Right?
Yeah.
Clifford.
Clifford.
The big red dog?
Elmo. Ooh.
I think I'm killing Elmo for sure. His voice gotta go.
So what'd you do with Clifford?
I guess so. He's a dog. He's the dog.
I'm gonna marry him.
Who's the third one though?
Shrek. You fucking Shrek.
Oh, I would marry Shrek. He's such a good family man.
So you fucking Clifford?
Yeah.
That's bestiality, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Sons of bitches.
I think you can say that shit.
All right, for real though. F, marry, kill. Kanye. Let's do
this is a question for her, right? And then
right.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
do
Well, I'm American.
I don't really know. All right.
All right.
you know who Andrew Tate is?
Oh, kill for sure.
Okay. Kanye, Tate, Trump.
Oh,
Yo, you're gonna have to marry Ye.
Hold on, let her answer.
Actually, I don't know.
dude.
And there's no
Kill Trump. Fuck Tate. Marry Kanye.
nice.
Damn, I'd do the same. No, can you imagine? Shit, got me.
Shit. I just want to say thanks everybody for listening to this podcast. Once again, my name is Blong,
And my name is Eric.
and big thanks to our special guest, Petty Officer Timmy. Did you want to leave the audience with any last words of advice?
So quotes or words of wisdom.
Just be a better human being. That's about it.
That's tough.
And there you have it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.